So this is the final part. We're waiting for Andisheh to join. So, okay. Okay. Now,
Okay.
now,
So
now
it
it's good.
just got fixed.
Very nice. So let's go to the final part. So I also want to comment on your work because as I saw the work for the first time, I haven't noticed that actually this is your your own body casted in cement. I thought that actually you're carrying one of this Roman sculpture on you, made fit to your body, but it's not you. I thought that actually it is actually a Roman sculpture of Italy that you're holding until you're actually exhausted and then let's say take it off. My first grasp of the work was like more like the burden of the society you were living in, rather than actually let's say walk through of the notion of home and the cultural your cultural aspect that you hold that you carrying with you, because it was not really clear to me that it is you that you were holding. So
Mhm.
I don't think that that was your intention, but
Well, the
but
fact that you saw a Roman sculpture, I'm going to take that as a compliment because I have a very sculpted physique. But
very
for
nice,
that.
very nice.
But
Very
no,
good,
yeah,
very good.
the whole idea initially was making the casts, and
Hmm.
making the cast was actually very complicated because the arms were okay, the legs were okay, but then there was the head, there was the backside, so there were a lot of parts that were extremely complex to make, and they had to be done in a way in which to double the weight.
Hmm.
So if I went lower, it would have been bad, but if I went higher, it would have been good. But still, it's very complex. So there was a lot of like technical issues in making the actual piece. I
Hmm.
did think about this in my drawings. There's a lot of carrying of different things. So in my drawings, I carry around, for example, chairs, very large chairs. And again, the idea of the chair is something that this element I've carried around for a very long time. It's the idea of a throne, the idea of stability. Um, but in the end, I decided to go with the cast just because it was the most pure way of talking about uh, identity.
Hmm.
It's me, and it's the outer part of my body, and it's doubled. So I'm amplifying myself, and I'm showing that, and that's
Yeah.
that's pretty much the idea. Yeah.
And uh, so let's sum it up. So in this way, that are the takes of your work different among the people with the immigrant, people with immigrant background, and the local people? So are they different?
The interpretations.
Yeah, how they take them, how they consider, how they understand them.
Well, there's definitely a difference in interpretation based on where you come from. I think we covered that also in the other side, in the other section of the video, in which I said there, that this is very strongly Iranian. But I
Yeah.
think that that applies to anything. Any artwork in general is always seen through a cultural filter, and this uh, this cultural filter, it does change the interpretation of the piece. It definitely
Hmm.
does, and I always want there to be the liberty of interpretation. I don't want to force feed concepts to a viewer that I have a message to send and you must receive my message.
Yeah.
It's not very democratic.
Yeah, I
But
know that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This
at the
is,
same time,
yeah, just so you know. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think if I put in elements, like I said beforehand, that are out of my control. So, for
Mm.
example, the idea of fatigue, physical fatigue in the performance, the emotion of the aggression in washing the flag, the breathing in the other video. These are things that you can interpret, but there's limits to the interpretations because they're all physical limitations or objective limitations that we all have. So
Hmm.
there are little anchors like that in the work that I try to keep to hold people in, to not have them just go all over the place with ideas. But at the same time, I do want to leave space for interpretation, to leave that freedom of reading the work completely differently from what I intended.
Very nice. Okay, so I'm. I think we need to like stop it here because of the time. But actually, I can like keep talking to you like for hours because these
It's an
are
absolute pleasure.
exactly these are exactly like the points that resonates the most to me as an immigrant, like for my life, and these are really really novel, um, let's say, point of view toward this phenomenon, like in general. And I really want to thank you for the time that you gave us.
For
And
having
yeah, and if you want to like add anything at the as a final like thing, then you can do that. And if anyone actually wants to also comment on that and have a question, like please feel free to use these time right now to ask it. So if you have anything, just go ahead.
No, I just want to thank you and Pato for having me. It was an absolute honor and an absolute pleasure. It was a very pleasant conversation, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And okay, then we can call it off, I think. Thank you.
Okay.
God
Bye bye.
hafiz.